Guys, welcome to Edutainment for Us. Of course, the second video for the day, a social reaction. And of course, still as we mourn Betty Bayo's death, a lot of questions are rising. I don't know for whatever reason. Of course, we know very well that her burial will be conducted in her farm. And so many people are raising questions. I don't know what you think about this. For me, I think actually if you've encountered maybe more than one marriage and you have your own a piece of land, it is not necessary that you be buried in your husband's farm, right? Yeah, so I think as we try to embrace modernism, as women try to acquire wealth, we should begin looking at life differently. So I think if I've died and maybe I was married in two homes, different homes, to just avoid the controversy and drama, I would rather be buried in my farm. And by the way, as people keep asking a lot of questions here, recently we lost my sister-in-law, and it happened that the husband is a little bit of not very responsible, I can say. He has his farm. He has an inherited farm back at his home. But when my sister-in-law was living all through her life, she used to take care of many things herself. I don't know even why she's stuck in that marriage. You know, sometimes people just stick in marriages for convenience purposes or whatever. I don't know. I was not so close to her to find out such things. And I don't like also digging deep into matters of someone unless they share with me. Even if I have a sister, if they are not willing to share with me information, I won't dig deep into it. But if they share, I can give advice or whatever. So my sister-in-law was actually married in this kind of marriage that I normally can say she was just paying convenience, you know. In some situations, people get married and they are stuck in their marriages just because of maybe they don't want people to say this or that. So, Skamara, welcome. So, what I'm saying is, um, so when she died, of course, she had bought her own piece of farm and she was buried in her farm. So, I don't know, many people are asking why Betty Bayo, the musician, who was first married to KANYARI, then later on married to another different guy, so many people are asking why is it that she was married but she's going to be buried in her own land. I don't see a problem with that. Personally, I don't see a problem because I've seen in my family someone who had bought her own land, and when she died, she was not buried at her home or her husband's home, even though they had paid dowry. She was buried in the land she bought. So it depends. I think it depends with family and conveniency, because we looked at the situation of my sister-in-law, for example. Um, our home is closer to where she had bought land, and all through her life, she had stayed around that place. Even the workplace was almost near where she bought land. The husband was a bit of hands off, and he could go back in his home, just sell some piece of land and consume the money. So when my sister-in-law died, the father-in-law sat and called him and asked him what is the step forward. And he was not actually coming handy. He was just saying there's no money. Even his family came. Like the first meeting, they didn't have any money. And I don't really believe that if someone dies in a family, people should just say there's no money, you know. At least they can scratch themselves and find something, because this guy had a piece of farm. So I didn't understand why they kept saying they don't have money. And my sister-in-law had bought almost three plots, 3 points, we call them 3 points in rural areas. And she was working as an accounts clerk in a certain school just almost near home. So when it came to those matters, people sat down, they said, if we continue relying on these ones, there's nothing that will happen. So marriage, burial arrangements had to be organized by the family and the school. So it happened that she had to be buried in her piece of land. So as people keep asking, I don't see any problem with that. It depends. Maybe there is a consideration of her current life, the past life, even her will. When people are living, they write wills. Even if they don't write, they say them. So as we go deep into Nyabohanse, I want us to start with the aspect of Betty Bayo and focusing on Pastor Kanyari. So Pastor Kanyari is one of the controversial pastors in Kenya who was actually much in the media after asking for 310, even on prayers on the media. Sometimes he could ask for 310 in his church, and then he came up with potassium permanganate as a miracle kind of provision from God, that we wash your hands and your sins turn to purple or red, you know. So actually, later on, we saw Betty Bayo divorcing with Kanyari. And Kanyari has just come out to share what he felt like the moments. And at the same time now, he's coming out to defend the fact that even though they divorced, and she means a world to him because she loved him, and that is why she had his two daughters. What do you think? Drop a comment in relation to this as we go deep into that, before we can go check on Rosho, Mayugno, and the rest of them. Of course, currently I do social analysis by mixing Nyabohanse stuff with others. I don't know what people think, but let's just share this.
Na presha mingi sana. Mtazamaji, tukianzia video hii ningetaka uchukue wakati wako. Wakati niliachana na bibi yangu karibu nikufe, nilishikwa na presha mingi sana. Mtazamaji, tukianzia video hii ningetaka tunapata nguvu ya kuongelea mtu kama Betty Bayo ambaye aliguza mioyo ya watu, ambaye aliimba nyimbo watu wakaokoka, ambaye aliimba nyimbo tukampenda. Betty Bayo was everything. Ningeambua nitoe hata billions of shillings, ningetafuta ndio Betty Bayo kuwe hai. Lakini Mungu alimpenda zaidi na akamchukua. Wakati wa kuongea mazuri ya Betty Bayo, wala sio mambo mabaya ya Betty Bayo. Kitu ya kwanza ambaye nimesikia ikiongelelewa, kwa nini Kanyari ana mourn sana, ama kwa nini kuna uchungu sana kuhusu kifo cha Betty Bayo hata kuliko kila mtu.
All right, guys. So that was actually Pastor Kanyari. Pastor Kanyari has received a lot of, insults kind of, or attacks online. And therefore he decided to come out and speak about why he's mourning more than the current husband of the lady Betty Bayo. Of course, all of us know Betty Bayo has been a very popular musician in Kenya. She sang 11th Hour and many other songs. And they had 2 kids with, Pastor Kanyari before the divorce. And they have been co-parenting. So when people decided to talk, because they saw him mourning a lot, and of course the TikTok, the YouTube, and what have you, people came out to bash him so much. He was like, I have to defend myself. Do you think his defense is genuine? Do you think he's really aching and actually maybe there is something he lost that he doesn't understand? Of course, he has, this video has just started with him saying that when they divorced with Betty Bayo, he thought he would die. Okay, now he has come out to say that people should not really be critical about his mourning. He is mourning for a reason. George Ndegwa, hello, where are you? I am in Kenya. What about you? George Ndegwa, thank you, welcome. So Pastor Kanyari had to give a lot of explanation, and among them, this is some of the things he said.
Mimi si wale wanaume ambao ukiachana na mtu unaongea kinyume cha watu. Hii kanisa yangu nimekuta mpaka ex wangu, wengine nikiwa support na biashara. Mimi si wale watu ambao wana neglect wanawake. Mimi si wale wanaume ambao unaweza kuacha mwanamke na uongee kinyume chake.
Okay. So Pastor Kanyari came out in the video saying that he personally, or his personality does not allow him to neglect the former girlfriend. Hey, I wish I had such an ex-boyfriend. If I have a problem, they can help. If I have a problem with business, they can help. If I'm stuck in my, development, they can step in. Hey. So Pastor Kanyari is saying that the reason why he's still standing by Betty Bayo, it's because he is not a kind of man who can neglect a woman. Even in his church, he has been able to show the former girlfriends. Hello. He is saying he always comes out to share the former girlfriends. And even if he has a high school girlfriend who has a problem, he will automatically come and help. How about you, my brother? Hey, my sisters, do you have such former boyfriends? Let me ask. Economy has become so tough that we can do anything. Anyway, away from that, he says that he has always stood by Betty Bayo, regardless of the divorce. And even when they divorced, he did not want to say anything negative about Betty Bayo. That's what he's saying. So he's saying that Kenyans should understand him, the world should understand him. He is genuinely mourning because Betty Bayo meant the world to him. And again, he says according to his culture, which is the Kikuyu culture, we don't talk negative about the dead. I think this culture applies to everybody. It's not about Kikuyu culture alone. Even in my culture, even if someone was very bad, in death we don't say it. I am told my paternal grandfather in one funeral of the brother had been very stubborn. The brother had been very stubborn, fighting with him even in adulthood. And during the funeral, he tried to say those things and people are like, hey, shut up. So, I believe it's a culture that cuts across. We don't normally say negative about the dead. But now there is a culture that has come up with the YouTube, with the TikTok, with the X, whatever. So the social media is giving a different space whereby now people are not observing what is expected. Like they are not even following culture. They are like, what is culture? Like, what? So people have come out to really talk about this and that, about Kanyari. And they have also talked about Bayo. I don't know for whatever reason. Even personally, when I'm doing, analysis here for the dead, I don't really focus on the negative. Because what will it do? If I was supposed to focus on negative, I was supposed to look at that when they are still living, not when they are dead. Anyway, of course, it reminds us of the recent Baba aspect. Now let's listen to Kanyari as he goes further.
Kama angekuwa ananichukia, hangenizalia hawa watoto. Kama angenichukia, hangenizalia hawa watoto. So alikuwa ananipenda. Na ukitaka kujua kwamba nilimpenda Betty Bayo, angalia vile nimesomesha watoto. Watoto wanaenda international school, wanaenda shule za bei kali sana. Na nawapeleka huko kuonesha upendo wangu kwa Betty Bayo. Kutoka tuachana na Betty Bayo, mimi sijawahi kuwa na mwanamke. Sijawahi kuoa, sikuoa.
All right, guys. That is something I didn't know. So Kanyari came out to reveal that since he divorced with Betty Bayo, he never moved on. He never married. He never even has had any contact with another woman. Hallelujah. Did you hear that? Since he divorced with Betty Bayo, he has never had another woman in his life. True or true? Guys, come out and talk about this. Do you think this is true? Or is it true? Anyway, he says since he divorced with Betty Bayo, even though Betty Bayo moved on and married another woman, he has never had another woman, even marrying or even having that woman. And he said also that he even became a friend to the next husband whom Betty Bayo married. Hallelujah. Hey, men in the house, are you able to do this? Can you really do that?
Napenda mama yao. Na nikaenda mpaka kupendana na bwana ya Betty Bayo. Tash ni rafiki yangu. Sasa kuona watu wakiongea kinyume cha Tash. I don't want. Tash is my friend. Atujuani, mimi sijui Tash. lakini Betty Bayo alisababisha tujue Tash. Betty Bayo alisababisha nijue Tash. Na kama sio Tash, pengine watu wangu wangekuwa na shida hata wao. Lakini huyo mzee ambaye anaitwa Tash nampatia heshima. Na nampatia heshima ni kwa sababu ameniangalilia Sky, ameniangalilia Dani. Mimi ninatoa pesa, ndio. Natoa pesa, niko na statement hapa za pesa, mamilioni ya pesa nimetumia kwa watoto wangu. Lakini Tash pamoja na Betty Bayo ndio wanakaa na hao watoto katika nyumba yao.
So Kanyari went on to say that he really respects Tash even though he doesn't know him, but he thinks or he conducts or thinks of him as a friend because Betty Bayo made him understand that presence there and he accepted it, and they have been cooperating very well. And even though he spends money on fees and a lot of money to take care of the kids, those who are physically staying with the kids and taking care of them, it is Tash, the future or later the second husband to Betty Bayo, and Betty Bayo herself. Now he went also in the video to cry and say that he cannot allow people to adopt the daughter. I don't know, someone declared after the death of Betty Bayo, there was someone who declared that they are going to take over Sky. So Kanyari has come out to say he does not want that to happen. He is still alive. He doesn't want his children to be adopted by anybody. Hallelujah. Do you know why he doesn't want? Let's listen more.
Kwa hivyo I give credit kwa Tash pamoja na familia na ninalia pamoja na Tash. Kwa hivyo wakati watu wanasema Kanyari ana mono kuliko Tash, kila mtu akona style yake ya kumono. Mimi nakuaga niko na emotion sana. I'm very emotional, hata na control. I'm very emotional. Mimi siwezi taka ex ambaye alikuwa wangu hata wa shule akapata shida, I will come through. Ex hata wa shule akapata shida, akuwa hospitali tutachanga aende India. Na ndio maana nasikia uchungu sana wakati watu kama kina Ngaruya wanasema walikuwa wananitafuta na hawakunipata. Ni vibaya sana. Tuache kucheza na legacy ya Betty Bayo. Mimi hamna mtu alinitafuta. Betty Bayo amegonjeka 2 weeks na sikuambiwa. Nobody told me. Kama ningeambiwa ningepigana usiku na mchana, lakini sikuambiwa. Niliambiwa wakati amefariki. Na ndio maana niko so emotional. Ndio maana niko na uchungu.
So actually Kanyari came out to claim that he never got the information about the sickness of Betty Bayo until she was dead. And he is so annoyed. He is so irritated. He is so emotional because naturally he is an emotional person. And he says he's currently trying to control himself. Oh, Riako. I won't actually make you go through the entire journey. But if you have time, you can go through that, that communication by Kanyari. So Kanyari went forth to actually dispute the fact that people want to inherit Sky.
Nikienda kumsika mama ya watu wangu, sitamsika nikiwa na bibi, nitamsika nikiwa peke yangu. Kwa sababu I waited. But thank God. Kwa sababu she's a legend. Tuendelee kumuombea. Kwa barabara. Kwa barabara. Akisend candle kwa barabara, mkimuomboleza Betty Bayo. Wao wamuomboleza Betty Bayo. Kama unajua.
Now, there's something that happened. I actually saw a statement.
All right. So we hope that Kanyari will have peace after this communication. We also hope that people will stop actually judging him because he has now revealed why he was mourning more than anybody else. We also hope that the daughter will not be taken away because he has categorically said he doesn't want anyone to adopt the daughter. Anyway, now let's move to Nyabohanze stuff. Nyabohanze for us, guys. So we get to move ahead. Now we are starting with this sister. DEE MWANGO for you. DEE MWANGO. People don't talk like that. When you are a CEO, when you are a manager, when you are an embrace, talk like one. Unless that name is just being given to you without people understanding who you actually are. Now guys, for those of you who don't know, DEE MWANGO is a traveler. She calls herself Mama Africa from Nyabohanse village. She got to know how to travel and how to make content on YouTube through the brother Marwa himself. But these guys, they have so many blunders. So many blunders that we cannot ignore some of us. Some of us are very, very, very critical. So that's why we keep talking about these things, just because we hope someone else will not do what they are doing. So guys, of course, when you are a a traveler, when you make content through traveling, you make a lot of money. If you go to a place which favors you, you make a lot of money. I'm telling you the truth. Because if you watch the tigress, African tigress, watch Wodemaya, watch DEE MWANGO, watch Marwa, watch, I don't know, so many travelers out there, they are there. You watch their channels. Sometimes they go to places and whenever they just post content, people watch because they are interested to know what they are doing. And the content people watch is not for free. These people make money out of that content. And they are not doing a favor to anybody when they travel to a country. For heaven's sake. They are not doing anyone a favor. It is a job to them. DEE MWANGO and Marwa has told us very many times, and even Chichi and many other travelers, that is their particular job. That is the only job they know. Even though they went to university, some of them never finished. Some I think they finished, but I don't know. They have never gone to the specific jobs which they trained for. They have survived because of YouTube and the travel content they do. So, it's unfortunate that some people think that it's a favor when DEE MWANGO travels to a country and talks about that country. Is this ignorance or what is that? And the one person in particular who is so ignorant is the Polska Pieter, the Poland boyfriend. He thinks that DEE MWANGO is actually offering Jamaica a favor to travel to Jamaica and do content. Is it really a favor if I travel today from here to go to Nigeria, then I relate with Nigerians, I make friends, then I begin, I do content over there? Is it a favor to Nigeria, really? And out of those videos, maybe I have people watching, 100,000 people watching, and of course YouTube pays me at the end of the month. Guys, let us be realistic. Let us be realistic. Because I don't think there is a way in which you can travel to a country, you explore what is happening there, then you come out, and people think that you are offering a favor to that country. No, I disagree. You are not offering a favor to that country. You are making content for yourself. You are doing it as your job. You began to travel as an endeavor to bring yourself views, and then those views bring money to you. So there is no way you can actually now begin to claim, or someone around you begin to claim that you have done a favor to a country. And of course, in business, there is something known as responsibility. We call it social responsibility. Now, social responsibility is one thing that asks us, if we are conducting business in a certain boundary or region, we are supposed to pay back. We are supposed to pay back. And I would ask you to go and research. Get to research about it. If you are running a business in a certain town, you are supposed also to offer social responsibility to that community. That is what I know for the longest time I've lived. For example, if I open a sanitary pads company in a certain area, I am selling and making profit. I am supposed to pay back to the community, maybe by giving some fuel to the citizens right there. So when DEE MWANGO went to Philippines, when DEE MWANGO went to the Jamaica and did content over there, she was not doing to favor Jamaica. She was not. Jamaica is a place that is known to so many people. So when she comes out in a video and starts to abuse people and tell them that you, what have you done? We have not traveled to Jamaica yet. If we travel to Jamaica, automatically we will create friends and automatically we'll help. So I don't know why she's so annoyed when people remind her, please help Jamaica, please contribute towards Jamaica. They are not even forcing her. They are just asking her, what have you done for Jamaica currently? Because when disaster has struck, disaster is disaster. But she comes out to say that I did for Jamaica a lot even when they needed less. All right, you did when they didn't need. Now they need. Can you do something again? You cannot actually be boasting and saying that I've done so much than you, I've bought filming material. They don't need filming material currently. They don't need a construction of whatever house. They just need food. They need clothes. Can you please do them a favor and offer something? If you don't know how to, if you don't have, you can at least encourage people to do. You can also campaign. You are a popular YouTuber with a lot of subscribers. When you talk, people will donate towards them and you can send whatever they have donated towards them or directly channel it to Jamaica. She is always on her channel saying, yeah, I really love Tornadoes. I really love Jamaica. I really love St. Elizabeth. I really love St. Then someone reminds her, what have you done for Jamaica? Genuinely, you know, people ask us questions because we keep talking about certain places. And for example, if I keep talking about Kenya, then Kenya, there is a problem. People will ask me, what have you done? And I can genuinely say, I'll do something. I can just say, I'll do something. Meanwhile, I'm organizing for it. I don't have to come out and say, yeah, today I'm going to really answer you back. Unboxing. Then when she comes out and opens her mouth, it is filthy, full of trash. She's telling Jamaicans, I am not Jesus. She's telling Jamaicans, I'm not a billionaire. I'm like, really? The other day you are saying you are constructing a multi-million house, which means if you are not a billionaire, you are a millionaire at least. Then you start now answering back to people saying, you, do something so that we can see. We are not comparable to you. Of course, you always say we are not. You keep telling us that we have nothing to show. You keep telling us that some of us don't even own a thing. Now today, she stands up and begins to compare herself to us. And yet she always says that, you people, what do you have? She always says that it is better a person with money than that who has maybe certificates but does not have money. So when she says that, what does that mean? That she has the money. And so people have been gauging from what you have been saying, DEE MWANGO. And that is why they asked you, what are you doing for Jamaica? I think DEE MWANGO just misses on one thing. Her mother taught her, she says her mother taught her well. But your mother never taught you how to speak. You have never known how to speak. I even would prefer that maybe you would have kept quiet because I don't know. Some Jamaicans who are intelligent, what are they actually thinking of you? You are simply saying that you are going to be ready with your boyfriend to go to Jamaica. You are mentioning to us Kino. How many views did Kino bring to your table, DEE MWANGO? You build your channel from Jamaica and Philippines. We saw you having a lot of viewers, subscribers. You can't appreciate that. So you are saying you are doing them a favor, and your foolish boyfriend says also, yeah, you are doing them a favor by announcing their country. Who has to be informed about Jamaica through your channel? Jamaica is a land on its own. I knew it even before I began watching your channel. Because there is heavy literature on Jamaica. Biswa's house, the woman in the pulpit, and all those. My goodness, I can't. Anyway, let's just check on what she said. Let's just check on what she said, because we are through with the KANYARI. Now we are on DEE MWANGO before we come to Rosho and the drama in the villa.
Everything is the biggest manifestation and crispest utility function of that new technology. Oh, guys, I'm doing this. Oh, guys, I'm doing that. It doesn't mean I don't help, you know. The thing is, God knows how much I help. First discovered, you know, the hurricane was moving in a very slow speed. Like we didn't see it like it could have a lot of impact, you know. And I'm not a multi-billionaire whereby I could just be like, okay, I'm donating 1 billion to Jamaica, but in future, if God helps me to get there, I will support so much.
My goodness. So DEE MWANGO comes out to say in future she will do a lot for Jamaica. And then I can just imagine when Marwa was shouting in the rain and telling people, help, help, solar panels need to be refixed, and people actually donated towards that. When she began constructing her multi-billion house, she came out to say 1 bag of cement can do, and Jamaicans actually came handy. If you check on those videos, I don't have time to go to those videos. They'll just waste my space. But she came out to ask for a bag of cement, and people kept contributing, and she told us, these are my friends from Jamaica. Jamaican, uncle, the Jamaican uncle was in the village. He did a lot for her. The Trench Town also contributed. And now she's here saying, if she becomes a multi-billionaire, hey, I'm like, really? So people dream so easy that you can become a multi-billionaire so fast? From million to billion? DEE MWANGO. What is this? So she went ahead to say this.
You know, when such things happen, you know, but for now, really, I'm not in a position even, you know, to do other things. I have to keep working and put myself together and all that. So for those who feel I got it all, like I'm a multi, you are wrong. You know, you are wrong.
Ursula and Bowen, I won't leave her alone. You know, when you throw things on public, then it means you actually welcome us. Even currently for me, I'm doing a house, but I've done something for Tanzania, okay? So I won't leave her alone. I won't. Because whatever she's coming and shitting on the platforms or whatever she's doing to the public. She's actually talking to the people. So we will not leave her alone. If you are a Jamaican who is okay with that, okay, be quiet and, be comfortable with that. But for us as reactors, we are not okay with that. We are not okay with that. Okay? Yeah.
At least I'm praying for them, you know? I pray for them, you know? I've helped before, you know? Now some people want me to start saying how I have helped before.
So I went ahead to listen to what she was saying about what I've helped. I'm like, okay, cool down. Cool down. If you have helped, then God knows. Why are you even, listing all that? Why are you listing all that? Somebody asked a simple question. You don't have to necessarily have to say whether you're giving prayers, because of course everybody's praying for Jamaica. Everybody's praying for Tanzania. Everybody is praying even for Uganda, the current situation. So Ursula and Bowen, we can't leave her alone. Even maybe in your dreams, we can't leave her alone. Whenever she comes out, and parrots will go back and also talk about it. Be sure of that. We didn't ask her to come and talk about this, okay? So if you're okay with that, continue. You can even contribute towards her or whatever, stay in Poland. No problem, because you are ready to do so. No problem. We will not go into your pocket and hold your hands, and we will not force her to also contribute. But we are just asking her, why should she come on the street to begin asking and saying all that she had to say? So I'll not leave that woman alone. And I'm not even interested in the woman. I'm interested in her ideologies, you know, her thinking. The way she puts up, she packages. It doesn't matter who she is, but how is she packaging? The other day I also had the African tigress and whatever she said. You know, these people on the streets just come out and whatever they say, they think they have all the rights to say whatever they have to say. And not all of us will stand whatever they say. African tigress is another one. She came out and said some things. So, all right. I doubt whether Yuslin is a Jamaican. What I can say is maybe Yuslin is just another YouTube channel for maybe DEE MWANGO. Possibly just another channel for DEE MWANGO, but I don't think that Yuslin, whatever, is a Jamaican. No real Jamaican would say that, let her alone. What do you want her to do? She's constructing a house. So what? How many people are constructing houses? Or should houses be villas for us to say that they are houses? People are constructing houses, but when urgency comes out, we do help. So you cannot say that because you are constructing a house, you can't help. You can help even very, very little, and that will be enough. You know? You can help even very little. You know, it's just a gesture. And it's not a gesture about Jamaicans. It's about a gesture even to herself and her reality. Yeah? Because the reality is that when I go, for example, today I come out of Kenya, I go to Zambia, and then I make views from there. I'm not really doing for Zambia. I'm doing for myself. So you cannot now tell me, that is why people are actually talking about African tigress, asking her, why did you have to cheat that you are going out of Brazil? And then you ended up in Jamaica just to create content. But unfortunately, we have people who don't see. People are totally blind. You know, I don't want to call them mentally challenged the way Marwa calls them. But it's very unfortunate that when we don't see the signals, the communications that are overt and wrong, when we don't see the vicious circles in the midst of ourselves, you know, it's not like we are demanding. It doesn't gain, you know, our pockets. It doesn't even benefit us. But we have to talk about this. These are critical analysis we have to do. We have to do it. We cannot leave them alone. We have to do it. For heaven's sake, we have to do it. Because everybody's praying. In our prayers in the morning or whatever time we pray and we mention Jamaica, we say, God help Jamaica. God help Haiti. God help Cuba. God help Tanzania. God help Sudan. You know, we have many people are suffering in the world, by the way. And the reason why people talked about it is because she was asked a simple question. A simple question, maybe it was a concern, but her response, yeah, her response was just not there, or, you know, we call it neither there nor there. Totally unfortunate. And that is why we will not keep quiet, because even as we are constructing houses, however small they are, but when urgency arises, we deal with urgency. You know, like you cannot have a family member telling you maybe they have an extremely extreme situation. Then you say, no, I've put myself together to build a house, so I won't help you. Maybe when I'm a multi-billionaire. Do you know what that means? If you understand what I'm talking about. If we had people in the world telling us that until I become a multi-billionaire, that's when I can help, how many people would be helping others? Because moving to become a multi-billionaire is not easy. It's not. You will inherit a piece of land, you will build a house, it will be a million house, you will build a hotel, a million again. But before you get to a billion, unless you come to Kenya and you practice what Waluke, Mike Sonko, and the rest are doing. It's not easy. So you can't actually justify. We are not even arguing about she has to do this and this, and but what is she saying? What is she saying? What is she saying?
Helped even when it wasn't like really in time of need. You know, for those who know, you know, and
But then you speak highly of them, you promote them as a country.
it's not even speaking highly of them, it's because I love the country. What I say is what it is.
So Petero, with Petero who was ignorant, he says, when you talk about on YouTube about a certain country, you're promoting it. I don't think so. Jamaica is a nation or a world that is known. We know it from the Caribbean books when you read. We know it from the maps. We know it from being a tourism center. We know it from other different angles. Let's say through music. We know it through that. We don't have to know it through someone's channel or someone promoting it. You know, when you make a tour towards a place, you have the gains that you are going to get. And of course, when you meet people there, because you are human, you will automatically create friends and buy maybe filming aspect for them, which is normal. But then when it comes to a disaster, an urgent aspect, why is it that Maro was shouting in the rain, help, help, help? Why? Why? That is our question. Answer us. For those of you who are defending them, answer us why their own was an urgency that had to be helped. But when it comes to Jamaica, I'm not even talking about whoever is here talking about I'm a Jamaican. Other Jamaicans need that help. Maybe you personally, you are already full. You live even in US, so you don't need that help. But there are those who need it. There are those who need it. And we are not forcing her to really help, but she doesn't have to talk the way she did. And that is why we cannot leave her alone. If she kept quiet, we could have left her alone. But she talked. And she talked as if she was really insulting people. You understand? Yeah.
But I would never think to...
Really, you know? Of course I know I help. I help a lot. Only God knows. But the fact that I don't put it on camera, oh, I'm helping now. Have you ever even helped?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So, you come slow. You come slow. Don't get me started. You come slow. Okay? Mishibu, I see you. Everybody.
You can now complete.
Anyway, let's quit that and get to other matters. So, of course, our sister the next day had to show us that she was so emotional with the OMG. I'm like, what is this? So disgusting, you know. I don't know. I would actually appreciate if this was a channel whereby DEE MWANGO started by showing us, you know, series of love, love, love. I don't know. Though there have been a series of events about Kino, about these other two guys who are hired and all that. And I just hope that this is a genuine relationship now that will end up in a marriage, because she said that when time begins to click and you realize that there is that need. But then it's unfortunate the boyfriend again comes out and says that Kenyan girls rush into a marriage. The boyfriend, the Poland boyfriend whom many people are praising, handsome, handsome. I don't know what is this thing that many people focus on, external beauty. They forget about the intelligence and even respect. The guy doesn't have any respect, even for Kenya itself. Why should he generalize about Kenya? I am particularly a Kenyan and I never rushed into a relationship, and I wouldn't advise anyone to do so. So the daughter, the guy has seen that DEE MWANGO is actually rushing into a relationship. She wants a baby, she wants 10 babies, she wants a wedding, and then he comes out here to say that Kenyan women rush into relationships. Really? Like, really? Of course, the current, let's say the current, maybe the current girls, maybe, and I can't generalize all of them, some of them, and they are not just Kenyan, some of them, tend to rush into relationship, but not all. Not all Kenyan women rush into relationships. We have seen people who have been on wedding shows and they tell us that they took years before they married. So don't compare everybody with DEE MWANGO. In fact, she always says she's a unique one. She doesn't do things the way others do. She does what pleases her. So she doesn't even care whether what she's saying or what she's doing will please you. That is exactly what we've seen in her videos. She's trying to say that what she cares about is what pleases her, what makes her happy, and not what others think. So even not what you, as the boyfriend, think matters to her. Not even what your mother thinks. And she says that the mother will be happy to see her pregnant. I don't know which kind of mother would be happy to see you pregnant in her own home. How many mothers would be happy that even before marriage, you have a child there? Anyway, they have broken the norm because we have seen DEE MWANGO going there with different men, sleeping with them in the home, which doesn't happen. For a serious mother, a strict one, things like that cannot happen. So, she comes here and now she cuddles on camera. I don't know, for whatever reason. It's so disgusting anyway for me. For me. Maybe he'll call me old school. I don't care. But this one, no. Let me just see. Unataka nani apike tena sapa? Wewe kata yako ukule. Nimepika takula sapa. Anyway, you people, you have seen that on OMIG, so I don't have to really struggle to find it. Let me just cover other matters here. The lady who was not interested in history finally had to go for the Independence Day. Anyway, I understand views are views. You have to get them left and right. I always even go to places I didn't plan to. And when I get content, I use it. All right? So no problem with that. But I'm just looking at this. There is something here. I think it's here. What is this now?
What want you?
Okay. And ugali and sukuma wiki, the most, his favorite Kenyan dish. Okay, so today, because it's holiday today, Independence Day, I'll be cooking. And I can't wait to take you guys along. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a positive comment, okay? Welcome to my authentic life here in Poland. But before then, because I know it's going to take time to cook, I want to give them tea. They're watching TV. I should be joining them, but I'm not a fan of watching TV. So my boyfriend and the mom, they're watching TV, which is a good way. You know, my boyfriend is last born, so I think you can all imagine or understand the relationship between the last born and their mother. So boy,
Anyway, that's a good attitude at least. At least that one I can give you a tick, DEE MWANGO, because unlike your sister-in-law Rosho, you don't have a problem with your mother-in-law only if that is an authentic mother-in-law. At least that one I can give you credit. You are fitting in, free-spirited to fit in the family. But I just hope that everything will culminate to end up in a wedding, because on the live stream I saw when people asked the wedding and the boyfriend was just laughing carelessly. And he didn't want to talk about it. When you see a man evading to talk about something and you are the one pressing for it, saying you want kids, run. Murife, run. Anyway, I know you have money. You have money, you have planned the multi-million, villa. You have already land for your children, the 10 kids that you want to offload. And you have all this money saved everywhere. But then, I wouldn't really want to take care of kids whose father will not be present in their life. So I hope this guy is not a red flag, because whenever people are asking even on the live stream some questions, he's trying to avoid and push it to you. What does that mean? To me as a woman, I would think that he does not want to engage in such serious talks. But at least you are a free spirit, you fit in Poland, and you are ready to cook as they watch TV. You are ready to understand that he is the last born, and you can let them, bond as you continue with the activities. You can also create other friends out there, unlike Rosho, the way you said. Anyway, so she washes her utensil here, and the guy comes and they cuddle on camera. I'm like, what is this? I was so happy also that even though people are concerned about the aspect of the birthday, DEE MWANGO was able to call at home and also talk to the brother and show what is happening right here, the chicken in the hand for Independence Day. I was like, I hope this was turkey. You know, turkey, I've I reared turkeys and geese, and it's a very good feeling. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, so let's check here. She was able to call back and wish me Toto birthday.
Hello! Toto!
Everybody's here.
Hola! ¿Cómo estás? Hola, Mr. Luis! Oh, hola! ¿Cómo estás?
Mamá.
Hola, mamá, ¿cómo estás? Yay! Mi Toto! Happy birthday, mi Toto! Happy birthday, mi Toto! I love you so much! Oh, mi Toto! Happy birthday, mi Toto! You turned 1 year old. God bless you so much, and we love you so much. Oh, you look so cute with the turn of the head.
Yeah, so at least he was able to wish happy birthday to me Toto. Yeah.
My boyfriend is last born, so I think you can all imagine or understand the relationship between the last born and their mothers, more so boys or men who are last borns. Because I normally see how my little brother, David Jr. and my mom, they're always together, always catching up.
Really?
Always very
That's a
close,
lie.
and I love it.
Always.
So my boyfriend is last
Always
born.
together? No.
So
David Jr. even missed the birthday, missed
but
the
again, it's a good time for
anyway.
us to bond and
I can't judge a lot that part, but then saying that your brother is always with your mother the way your boyfriend is always with the mother, that's a white lie, because your brother is so busy. I don't just understand this guy. We were being told he's a CEO of a company. He always works from, 8 to 5. I'm not so sure, because I've been checking and every now he's just here and there. And I don't know how he works, because I genuinely don't know. Now, of late, DEE MWANGO is coming to tell us that he is watching TV with the mother. He is in the farm. I'm trying to think, is he a farmer? Because is he the COO of a farm, a family farm? Because if he's seriously working online, the way she had said it earlier while in Kenya, while she was actually booking tickets to travel, she said that she is actually leaving because the guy cannot come to Kenya since he works 8 to 5 in a company, not in a company, but on an online arrangement. Now, since she came to Poland, this guy has been in the rural. And I've not seen him one moment sitting on a computer within the video and doing something. Automatically, the way we know DEE MWANGO would be displaying that, but that is not happening. What is up? This guy. Anyway, if you are paid to do something, why not? Maybe it's just doing what he has to do. But then, when you look at most videos, apart from the cuddling in the current video, I don't know where it went, but then the rest he does not show to be really serious about what he is after. I think it's here. Yeah, here. Let's just check somewhere here.
Today or tomorrow? We have the zupa, we have so much food.
Yeah.
I don't cook it, I let it wait. But for the carrots, I want to wash them and keep them in the fridge so they don't spoil. Very fresh.
Yeah, we are almost there.
They said she won't work the way that I want. It don't matter 'cause I want you the most. And if I can't be close to
So that is the part that made DEE MWANGO very emotional. I was like, what is this that can make you so emotional? It's just disgusting. Don't be desperate, my sister. You are so young, even though in your 30s, you may not be that young. But then, in your imagination of 20s and with money, anything can happen. You can live your dream. You can live your dream. So anyway, let's get to the villa and see the birthday. And there were just few receipts I was to pull out from that because I had already covered some things yesterday. So Priska Sagati, after coming from the orphanage, and I don't know why she's really after this other older orphanage. She's really talking about it, even though she didn't go there. She talked about it, and she said on camera, asking this lady, did I see you in that other orphanage? Why did you come out of there? There must be a story. I was like, why are you pushing so much? Relax. People have their stories, let them be. But anyway, we as YouTubers, content creation must continue. Possibly it was because of that. I don't know. But here we are with gifts, all right? Gifts for Mitoto's birthday.
Mickey Mouse. Yeah. You know Mickey Mouse. Yeah, and also because of the Mara Safaris.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Safaris.
This one for the safaris. He's the ambassador. Ambassador.
Maisha. Mara Safaris, guys.
Man of the moment.
Yeah. He doesn't even know what is going on.
Really?
Aisha has received.
And also, when Rocio came here,
Yeah.
and remember we were in the kitchen there, I told her you are not going.
Yeah.
All of them that Maro has had, you are Maro's wife.
Yeah.
And me, I just saw she's a
Very.
wife of Maro. Happy.
My goodness, Priska Sagati was there seriously talking about when I was with her in the kitchen. I'm the one who encouraged her to stay, and Paris is smiling. I'm like, hey, that is Kanyari now. You know, Kanyari says even when they part with a girlfriend or boyfriend, he's trying to tell us that you should not be sad about it. And when they have a problem, help. So, guys, you were wondering why Paris was so much happy going into the bedroom with Rosho and feeling happy. Have you now heard what Priska Sagati is telling you, the masters of it all? She was in the kitchen with Rosho. And when she saw Rosho, she told her, you are not going anywhere. You are here to stay. And I looked at Paris. Paris is smiling. I was like, sorry. I hope you also have someone to settle with. My goodness. Hey, it's live.
That is true. I remember you mentioned something like that. Even having babies, I remember you mentioned.
So, and God has done it.
Yeah.
And also this one. So, this one's
Mr. Louis presente Jega. Nasema zawadi zimeingia. Presents have
was coming
arrived.
empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the friend says, I will send you money to buy a gift.
Wow.
I felt like this is what I could buy from the bottom of my heart.
No problem.
For our maisha.
Yeah, and it's very good. Look, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, New York, Brooklyn.
Ah, it's here.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Nueva York. In Spanish, you say Nueva York.
Paris. Paris is standing there taking videos. I'm like, hey, YouTubers, sometimes when you go to places, that is why some people need restrictions. We take so much. Everyone with a camera, picking all that they can pick for the day. Hey, like the baby is being, taken videos and pictures left and right, and nothing can stop that. As long as you welcome your visitors, the cobras are on your face. Hey, Priska, Sagati, and Paris is smiling sheepishly. My goodness. Hey, what is this? Look at her. The former boyfriend, girlfriend to Maru.
Yeah, and Maisha is enjoying. Maisha is enjoying stress. Yeah, thank you so much.
Guys, time to serve food. We have ugali. There's still beef. Actually, not beef. Goat meat. I don't know how you call it in English.
My goodness.
Rice. I think that is the main. Plus, a lot of goat meat. Oh, rice. So they can serve like this, you know.
I know, but I'm serving them.
It was almost going down. Marwa trying to give a comment, but Rosho is like, what is it? I am assertive enough. I know what I'm doing. Am I not an adult? What do you take me for? I know. But I'm doing what I can do for my family. It's my family. Let it be. Let me serve them. They are special guests. Don't you know I planned for it? I brought their tickets. I bought everything. I brought them here. So let them enjoy. I was like, what was the problem? Why did Marwa think like they have to be served? Maybe they are comfortable. Rosho knows very well that family needs to be served. Maybe they are not so easy. They have not become so comfortable already with the villa. Remember, they just arrived the other day. So Rosho has to do it for them. She's the last born, guys. Relax.
We're waiting for more visitors, but probably they didn't want to disrupt. Sometimes when you go to somebody's home, you don't want to be too much. Here in Africa, we are.
Marwa justified everything with Africa. Africa, we don't do this, Africa. In Africa that I know, whenever we have guests, and I've always shown you, like I showed you the other day, we went to an event. We had another event in our home. We had another one in our home where I'm married. When we have guests, we serve all people together. Whether you're a visitor or person from home, you serve people together. And there is nothing like interruption. It's already an event. People eat free. You serve your food. You can go sit somewhere. But when you see people are delaying, there is a problem. Marwa, there is once you said that in this home, you are not free to eat with people. You normally want to eat from the bedroom because you fear something like that. So I think there is a root to all this. And again, you've not been free to allow people to eat. Though I've seen guests eating from your villa, you always separate your family from others, And this happens. And where is congrats, ma'am?
Like that, we tend to stay a little far away.
Love for the land that we nurture, Don Julio, por amor.
I don't think so.
To give the visitors space. But people are enjoying.
But all are visitors.
Over there, over there. How's that? Mmekula? Mlipewa chakula? Mmekula? Hi. I'm confirming if the village
Thank you.
Uncle Mo, pia wewe kaja mimi. Gracias. Nasema, what do you want to say? If you say, I translate.
Nataka tu kuambia karibuni.
Bienvenido. Sí, gracias, mi mamá. Me va a querer hablar bienvenido. Karibu is bienvenido. Pero mi mamá habla gracias. My mom wanted to say.
So congrats, mom has finally come in. Wherever she was, I don't know. Hey, mama, also, were you making content or where were you? You want to put blame on everybody, especially Rosho. Remember, people are watching. People are watching. Yeah? Why did you stay away? Now you've come and I can see your bag right there. Anyway, let's see what will happen. Did Rosho serve her like she served the family? Or will she serve herself? Or will Marwa serve? Which one?
Say, welcome. She said thank you.
Maisha, Maisha nikusaidie. I help you so that you are
Maisha nowadays likes to cry.
Hello. No.
See, Ja?
We pray.
So let's pray, then we keep serving. Vamos a orar y to continue a comer cuando.
Yeah, so finally Marwa, the owner of the house, had to pray. And I was like, but some people are already eating. The family of Rosho was already eating. But when the mother came in, because the mother is a prayer warrior, Marwa had to remind them of prayer finally. So they are taking, is it mutton? Mutton, sukuma wiki and ugali.
Chomina is struggling. How do you say struggling? I'm saying Romina really trying.
For us, it's about manner. If people are eating and you stand up and you eat it, it's about very bad manner. And it's also it's lack of education. As we think it's
No, it's not like lack of education, it's culture.
It's culture, but I'm saying for us. For us. That's what I'm mentioning before.
What?
For us, it's bad manner.
What did I hear? That in Argentina, if people are eating and you are standing, it's lack of education. If you are eating and someone stands, it's lack of education. Really? Like I should research on this kind of aspect. Because culturally, even in Africa, of course, when people are eating, all of them should sit together and eat together. But the fact that when someone stands, they lack education, no, it's not about education, it's lacking etiquette. Maybe you talk about etiquette, not education. Education is equally different from etiquette. And it's actually different from mannerisms.
As you're saying here, for us we eat so quickly and leave the table. And Rocio's home is the opposite. Guys, we just finished eating. Now we are preparing to launch Maro Safaris and also celebrate.
So Marwa said, for Africa, you eat first and leave the table. No, I don't agree with that. Whatever he's saying is just about him, because in Africa also, you eat at the rate at which others are eating, though we are not also allowed to be the very last. We have some, you are normally encouraged even as a child, don't be the first and don't be the last. You know, I've grown up knowing that. So whatever Marwa is saying here, that you eat very fast and leave the table, I don't think he's telling the truth. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. So, of course, today, Rosho was taking a ride. The parents were taking a ride. Mr. Louis is having fun. Of course, it's very good to have your parents have fun in old age. I don't take any bad vibes on these old people. You know, when your parents are aging, remember, already one of the sisters of Rosho, he has grandchildren. So you can imagine. So these old people actually need to enjoy. I think at the age of even my parents, they're younger than Rosho's, they should visit places, just enjoy, sleep in peace, eat in hotels. Currently, you know. So they have come to the villa, and of course their daughter is there as the queen. So they are having fun. I don't take any, you know, bad vibes on them. I just feel like they are having their best. So Rosho actually allowed the father to ride the horse.
It's gonna be nice to have them together. Some company for Malika as well. She looks a little bit sad, to be honest.
What did you do,
She's
Rosho?
always been a very Che horse, but I feel like horses. Sorry, I didn't ask for permission to go up. I didn't ask for permission to go up. I went straight up.
So guys, remember, Marwa is launching the entire safaris company. And Rosho is the CEO. So she's doing the best to show you what experience you'll have in Nyabohanse. Hey, I just hope that they'll take good care of the horses, Abalosa and Apalosa and whichever other. So that people who are seeing the company starting will have this experience. And I hope they are going to go for fishing and those other adventures that we've been told. I was like, what about Miss Louise? Where is she? Okay.
Economic. We missed one part of the conversation, but my dad was saying that he...
Okay, so we are going to now be listening to those kind of videos. Rosho, no, just continue the way it's natural. Stop using the voiceovers, they are funny. And even if it's a voiceover, let it be your voice. So Mayugno finally says that after he bought a Range Rover, everything has changed. Even the father. Even the father visited him. Oh, Mayugno, why did you have to post this? Anyway, we had to follow because he did say this. Why not?
Here in my village in Boanse, the construction keep going on in my villa, and I'm enjoying the nature. You can sleep even in the trees like this. Oh, this is the beauty of the village. I wish maybe one day I can take my girlfriend here, so she can be here and enjoying. One day if I decided to be in marriage. So this is the way I used to be delaying with my car.
You are delaying. You're ready. You ready for that?
No, I had to travel from here, right?
Yes.
Nairobi, then from Nairobi
to here. Yes, I see you get a friendship here. Yeah. With Mr. Elisha. Yeah. Yes. How are you, Elisha?
Thank you very much. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Yes. My people, very happy. Swara ya Kiingereza mimi huwa inanichallenge. Mimi nashukuru sana. Ni baba yako, nakushukuru tena. Mungu azidi kukusupport na wazidi kukusupport au marafiki zako. Yes. Na wazidi kukupa ili siku moja niweze kuona matunda yako. Mimi nakushukuru na washukuru wote wanaozidi kukusupport.
So the father to Mayugno now finally came to visit. He's like, after buying the Range Rover, the father comes to visit Mayugno. He's sitting right there encouraging him to work so that one day he can also taste the fruits. I'm like, hey, why are you supposed to say this on camera, really? Baba Elisha. Yeah?
Yes, guys, also we have our dad here. Yeah, please. Yes. Very nice. Yes. I'm very happy to come to visit this family. Yes. Your family here. Yes. And I've met him. We have known each other. Yes. As you came here first before anybody had known it. To have a visitor. This is how our culture in Africa. Yes. And you know, some of how people live close with border, we always share culture. So you found Korea, mostly people Korea with Luo people are the people live around here. Yeah. So anyway, guys, much more we don't have. This is my dad is here. He visited me. There's some of things stuff here crazy. Yeah, wadudu. So I don't have my things. It's only that I was updating for you. We have something also project we're gonna do with our dad here, my neighbor, and.
All right. So we come to an end of our social banger. If you are not happy, please forgive us. I just do this to enjoy and critique. I think it's wrong. But as well, if you feel maybe we should get out of this and focus on politics, let me know. But if you think there is something here, we will continue with it slowly by slowly. I'm planning to do a vlog to a river. And let me see when I'll find time, because currently I'm doing a lot of economic enhancement and I'm not showing that on camera, everything on camera, but I'll come to reveal it later. So bye-bye for now. I really appreciate your presence here. May God bless you in your endeavors. I don't have any sort of problem with you. For whichever comment you dropped, I appreciate. Maybe that is your thought. Perceptions vary, and that is why your thought may not be similar to mine. But telling me to stop can only come when I want to stop, unfortunately. If you want me to really stop, unless all the subscribers vote against what I'm currently doing, I'll continue doing it because there are people who actually love it. So it's a pleasure to have you. Let's wait for more, and we'll be having more discussions to undergo. Of course, I want to go to another video, so it's a pleasure having you. Bye-bye for now.